Hello, everyone. As everyone starts streaming in from the join link, we were a bit late. I apologize. But yeah, today we are here with the final lesson for the bootcamp. I really hope everyone here is excited for the final lesson. I know it's a week late, but no need to worry about that. So I do have some quick housekeeping rules before I pass it over to Ashwani, who is our head of ecosystem, who I think is the best person to go through the Kaia ecosystem because he is literally the head of ecosystem lead, head of ecosystem at Kaia. Quick housekeeping is this technically is a two-part series. So I know they said this is the last lesson, but it's kind of like half of the lesson because in our lesson plans, I think some people have pointed out on Discord that, hey, are we going to have some mini dApps join us? Because in the actual lesson curriculum, as we shared at the very start of last month, we did have just a short part on this lesson 12 where we'll have some mini dApps come in and talk about their time in the building on the Kaia SDK, stuff like that. So this is why we kind of split it into two. So the very last session, if we don't even consider sessions, more like a special edition, is we are going to be having Tofu Story, one of the more popular mini dApps online SDK on Kaia as well, join us, and that's where Neo will be. So if those of you who are missing Neo, he will be in the second part of this two-part series on Wednesday. Same time, 9 p.m. Singapore, 10 p.m. KST, and 2 p.m. West African time. So just have the housekeeping out of the way. It is a two-part series. This session will be, I'll leave Ashwani to go through most of it, but this session will be going through the Kaia ecosystem, building on it, and a few career paths as well. So if any questions that you have, please do put them in the comments and we'll answer them at the end. Or if at the end you are so brave enough and you want to ask a question live, which is something we do prefer, because a lot of times when you are asking the question in chat, we need some follow-up questions and it takes a bit of time. So if you ask the question live, we can then follow up, say, did you mean XYZ? And then you can clarify. So that's kind of why we do prefer the live questions. There's no need to turn on camera, even though we highly encourage it because obviously myself and Ashwani are here turning on our cameras. But anyways, enough about me rambling on. I think you're all here for the actual lesson itself. So I'll hand it off to Ashwani, who will take it away. I will still be here in the background commenting, stuff like that, just to be here. So if you have any questions for me as well, please put them in chat. I may not necessarily have my camera on because I don't want to take away from Ashwani while he's presenting. But I will be in chat. So if you have any questions for me as well as the DevRel manager who's managing all this, please put them in chat as well as for Ashwani. Yeah. Okay, cool. So Ashwani, please take it away.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sean, for the introductions. Hello, everyone. So this is my first meeting with you guys. Nice to meet you guys. And I really appreciate you guys are spending your time, precious time for learning all this from the Kaia Foundation. So today, I will start sharing some of the ecosystem part, which is maybe a bit different from what you guys have been learning till date. And it's not really a technical session. It will be more on the ecosystem side. So let me start the slides and then I'll just go through. As Sean mentioned that as soon as you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. And I have my full screen, so I'm not able to see or check any of the messages. So maybe Sean, I need your help in that. Perfect. Thank you, guys. I am Ashwani. So let me introduce myself. So I am Ashwani. I am heading the ecosystem at Kaia Foundation. So background-wise, I am mostly on the finance side. So I spent all my career in all the organizations, like Visa credit cards. So I used to head the analytics department in Visa credit cards from 2007 to 2014. Then I was working for BNP Paribas in Singapore, which is from 2014 to 20. This is one of the biggest bank in the world, and it's a French bank. And I was heading again the data analytics part. From 2020 to 2022, I was leading the trading desk, crypto trading desk at the DBS. So there I got quite a lot of exposure in the crypto space. And from 2022 onwards, I am in the Clayton Kaia Foundation. So that's about me. So previously, I understand that you guys have learned a lot of lessons, a lot of concepts, a lot of blockchain fundamentals and technical stuff. So today I'll be taking over maybe not really a technical session, but mostly I'll be explaining what is the ecosystem, how all the mini dApp works. Then at the end, we will be discussing about our career paths. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy this 1 hour ride. I'll explain, and if you have any questions, you can just ping on the chat. So today's agenda is what is ecosystem? I'm sure like in the previous block, in the previous lessons, you must have done a lot of development things, coding and everything. Now we are talking about the ecosystem. What exactly is the ecosystem, how it's related with the blockchain, and whether it's a smaller size of blockchain or it's a bigger part of the blockchain. So we'll discuss that part and how it's different from the core blockchain. It's a core blockchain system. Then we will be discussing about the mini dApp flywheel, and we will explore some of the Kaia mini dApps. I assume some of the people know about the mini dApps, but I'll give you a brief background about mini dApps. Then I'll be explaining what's happening in Kaia now. So as you know, a lot of things are happening in Kaia. We are coming up with new versions. So I'll be explaining some of the features in Kaia, what's happening now. Then I'll be explaining some of the grants opportunity and application processes. So we have a couple of grants in our ecosystem from developer to the partner level. So we'll discuss that. And then at the end, we will discuss what kind of career opportunities we have. So let's start. What is the ecosystem and why it's different from blockchain? So first, very boring definition. It's like an ecosystem refers to the interconnected network of applications, infrastructure tools, users, developers, partners, and services. So when we talk about ecosystem, we just don't talk about the blockchain nodes. We talk about all the things around that blockchain, or maybe in similar terms, we'll say all around the servers. So that might be infrastructure tools, that might be users, developers, partners, services. Everything comes under the ecosystem. And then how we develop and operate and grow the blockchain platform. So it's not just about the servers or it's not about the coding, but it's all around the stuff. So if we take the analogy of car, so blockchain is your engine. So we can say that this is our blockchain, which is the core blockchain, and the ecosystem is our full car, which includes our fuel, GPS, pit crew, and all other stuff is the ecosystem. So we have the engine, we need the engine to run the car, but we need rest of the things also to run the whole engine. So that's the analogy we have. So how it's different from the core blockchain? So we have two parts now. So if you see on the right hand side, the base thing is the core blockchain, uh, which is the heart of the thing, heart of the ecosystem. And then we have on top Kaya ecosystem, or the ecosystem you can say, which is built on top of core blockchain, but it's very much required. And what kind of things it have? It have dApps, infrastructure, users, developers, and a lot of other stuff. So if we compare core blockchain and ecosystem, so core blockchain consists of validators, consensus mechanisms, VMs, tokens, infrastructure, protocol level rules, execution, block production, data finality, state machines, gas, system gas fees, all these comes under the core blockchain. But what comes in the ecosystem? It comes like dApps. Most of the users are sorry. Yep. So most of the users are working on developing the dApps. We have some infrastructure support, which is something like RPC endpoints. Then we have users, then we have support programs that we will be discussing at the end of the session today. Then we have distribution channel, as you must be knowing everyone that we are working with the Line Messenger. So Line is one of our distribution channel. Then we have grants, tooling, UX, onboarding, growth loop, marketing, and liquidity support. So a lot of things comes in the ecosystem. So I will not say that which one is better. Both are really required to run the blockchain, and core one is really required, and ecosystem really help it grow. So when we talk about the ecosystem, then we have it's kind of a living layer on top of the core blockchain. So it's keep on growing. So there is no ending of the ecosystem. So it's a lot of dApps will be keep on building, a lot of developers will be developing blockchain, a lot of people will be coming up with the infrastructure. As everybody knows that in the blockchain space, every 3 months we have something new coming up. So everything is keep on adding in the ecosystem. So some of the categories we will just deep dive. It's like a dApp and use cases. Everybody knows games is the dApps, NFTs are the dApps, finance dApps, DeFi apps. Those are the dApps which we are which are a lot of in the ecosystem. Then as we are the developers and the startups, so we have mini dApps or the dApps teams. We have indie developers, builders in the infrastructure and tools. We have wallets, explorers, oracles, bridges. I'm sure you guys must be knowing all this terminology. And if you don't know any of the terminology, please put in the message. I will go through later on. In the community side, we have users, creators, testers, influencers, programs, we have grants, support channels, marketing. So if you see, we have a lot of things in the ecosystem. So now coming on our Kaya ecosystem. So how we'll differentiate or how we'll segregate the ecosystem. So we can make it as a 3-layer architecture. In this 3-layer architecture, we have the core infrastructure, which is this part. Then we have middleware, which actually helps the dApps. So application is mostly the dApps. So how the dApps and the core infrastructure interact, it's via the middleware. So we'll just go through each and every category very quickly, and then we'll just go through some of the dev tools which we are using and which we actually recommend all the developers to start using it. So if you see, it's a very small size. I think Sean will be sending these slides to all the guys later on, but you can see and download this map from our ecosystem website. So GC validators. So these are one of the critical component in our ecosystem. It's like a GCs, which are the validators. And if you see, we have a lot of validators who are actually verifying the blocks. So these guys are actually running the nodes, and these guys are proposing the blocks, verifying the blocks. Everything is done by the validators. Then we have RPC endpoint providers, which are helping to connect all the dApps to the core blockchain. So these are providing the RPC endpoints into the ecosystem. Then we have cloud providers, which are AWS, Google Cloud. These are actual machines. And then we have chain information. So CoinGecko, CoinHeco, all those partners are our chain information guys. So which provides more and more information on the chain side. Then we have middleware. In the middleware, what things comes up? We have Explorer, which is one of the key component where this is kind of what I always say that this is a window to the blockchain. So if we don't have Explorer, we don't know what's happening in the core side. So this is the window to the blockchain. So we have Kaya Scan. We had Kaya Scope also. We recently decommissioned this one, but currently we have Kaya Scan and OKX Link. In the SDK side, we have our own internal tooling, which is required by the developers. And I'm sure you guys must have tried this Kaya SDK, Web3 SDK. Couple of SDKs we have integrated. Some of the SDKs are developed by us, Kaya or the Line team, and some of them we have integrated with the third party. Then we have security audit companies like Hacken, Quantstamp, Certic. So these guys actually protect the whole ecosystem and the smart contracts. On the other side, we have oracles. As you guys have done one of the session on oracles where you will be getting the feeds from the real feeds from the data feeds, which is from the Pith network, or maybe you have tried from the oracle. So these two are quite important partners into our ecosystem. Then we have bridges. Bridges is bringing the tokens from another chains or moving from one chain to another chain. We have integration with Wormhole, Layer Zero, many of other bridges. Then these APIs, you guys are all developers, so APIs, no need to explain all the APIs, everybody knows. Then on the application side, what exactly it is? wallets. So as soon as people comes into the crypto, I don't think so they know about the core parts, but they know about crypto, Bitcoin, pricing, all that stuff. So the wallets are the main applications which actually interacts and check the token prices and the tokens what we have. Then we have social logins, where currently, if you see, we have a couple of slides more where I'll be explaining what's the benefit of social logins. But as of now, we have like a seed phrase, storing the seed phrase, which is quite a difficult thing. But now with the social logins, it's getting easier and easier. So we have marketplaces where users will be trading the NFTs. Then we have all the gaming application. We have NFTs. CEX, everybody knows Binance, Crypto, Binance, CoinHeco, Crypto.com, all these token listing, DEXs, staking protocols, lending protocols. So all these, so the whole ecosystem is quite a comprehensive one. Lot of components are required. We cannot miss any of these components in order for our ecosystem to grow. So each and every component is really important. And when we talk about the career opportunities, then I'll come back to this map and then I'll explain you how it's different, not just the blockchain, but there are many, many opportunities in this space. Now in our Kaya ecosystem, we have a lot of development tools, as I mentioned in these slides. But we recommend few of the major top partners in ecosystem slides. So RPC providers, we have QuickNode, Anchor, Pocket, GetBlock, etc. You can get all these details from our docs website references page. Then we have oracles, which is Pith, Oracle, Witnet. We have bridges like Stargate, Layer 0, Wormhole, indexers, the graph, the query network, chain abstraction, we have Arcana network, we have particle network. Then in the Web3 social login, we have Privy, Dynamic, and the Web3 auth. And internally, as I mentioned, we have our own tools that we are developing for making it easier for any of the developers or non-developers to develop and create the applications on top of blockchain. So Kaya OFT Factory, this is a very new tool which we are building, our team is building, and pretty soon it will be live into the production. So what exactly it does is it deploys OFTs on the Stargate, so that if we have to bridge tokens from one chain to another chain, then you don't really have to do the coding. So with the graphical UI only, you can deploy the OFTs and then you can bridge the tokens from any EVM chain to Kaya chain or vice versa. So we have Kaya SDK, so which you guys know that it's help to connect the blockchain. Then we have Agent Kit, AI Agent Kit. I assume we had a session on the AI Agent Kit, and we recently finished all the features for AI Agent Kit, and it's live in production. Then we have Online Toolkit, which is giving a lot of components or a lot of tools for you guys to try and test. Okay, so why it's matter for builders? So as a developer, what we always think, so from the developer perspective, we say that, okay, once we launch the smart contract, we can do a lot of things. But it's not just launching a smart contract. There are a lot of things needs to be done. So as a developer, we always think that coding is the only main thing which is required. But as a entrepreneur or as a product builder, there are a lot of other things that we have to understand. So we need to have success does not mean like launching a just a smart contract. So you need discovery, user retention, infra connections. So a lot of ecosystem things that we have to think as an entrepreneur, from dev to product builder. So from a developer, we have to go as a product builder. We have to understand all the ecosystem components, how these components are working together, and how we can create a good community and user base to use that ecosystem. And if we have a good ecosystem, then we can see the real business growth. And if, as you must have seen some of the Dune analytics charts where Kaya, after working with the line integration, we got a lot of users, which is almost like a 80 to 90 million users, which we got, and our ecosystem is keep on growing. So that is the ecosystem. So uh, as a developer, we have to think from the development side, and then we have to understand the ecosystem also and how each and every components work together. That's the only way to succeed. Now I'm moving to the another section, mini dApp section. So I'm assuming some of the people must have seen or understand the Kaya mini dApp sections, but just to go through some of the slides. So what is Kaya? I'm sure you definitely have seen these slides. So we are the mobile first and mobile only super app. So currently, lot of blockchains are struggling for users, but after having integration with these two big tech giants like KakaoTalk and the Line Messenger, we have access to 250 million users, and those users are ready to use the applications. And our target is people should be using the applications, but they should not know that this is on top of blockchain. Everybody, it should be so seamless that people should not really bother about blockchain, but they should be understanding that okay, something is running and they are earning the tokens or the rewards. So mobile first and mobile only, 250 million users and high throughput EVM chain. So that's Kaya. And we have one of the biggest partners, KakaoTalk and the Line Messenger. Why Asia's largest super app infrastructure? So if you see some of the metrics, KakaoTalk, which is the Korea's number one, I will say not the messenger app, but it's like a super app. Uh, KakaoTalk has the payment services like the Kakao Bank. Then we have Internet Bank. Then we have mobile mobility app, which is like a taxi Uber kind of thing, which is quite popular in Korea. Then number one music streaming app, and then mobile gaming company. So 99% of users use KakaoTalk in South Korea. Similar way, we have Line. Line have bigger area, Japan, SCA, Taiwan, Thailand. So these are the major markets for Line Messenger. Again, same stuff. They are the tech giant and having 196 million plus users. And then payment services, then Webtoons is quite a big one, and leading music streaming services in Japan. So how it works, like most Web3 chain struggles to get users, Kaya already owns one. As I mentioned, like we have around access to 250 million users. So we have solved one of the issues. Now it's our responsibility to bring them good applications so that users are interested and then they can play more and more games. So monthly active users, if you see from the Line and Kakao core markets, Japan is the biggest one. Then we have Thailand, Korea, Taiwan, and others. In terms of high spending, now if you see in the SCA region, a lot of people are in Japan, Thailand, Korea are using this application. But from the spending side, if you see, Japan and Korea are the top two markets in SCA region, which are spending a lot of money on the gaming side. So we have big user base and we have a user base which is spending. So this is the perfect market to market your products. Our mission is clear. Our mission is we have to bring all the Web2 users to the Web3. But they should not be knowing about that they are using blockchain. So it should be so seamless that Web2 users should be using Web3. I always give a example that whenever we use applications like Facebook or Instagram or anything, we don't know what database they are using, whether they are using Oracle database or MySQL database or whatever database they are using, we don't know. So our target is people should not know that they are using blockchain. It should be so seamless. So allowing builder to scale. So we, as a builder, as a developer, as you guys, you want to develop your application. So you want a place where there will be a lot of users to use that. So that's the promise which we are giving to all the builders that we will make you shine. We will give you the user base. You guys build the applications and we will give you the user base. So that's our promise to the community. Kaya and Line, as I mentioned, exposure, Web3 content, lot of exposure from the Line Messenger side. It's a message content, news content, wallets. We have the games, finance, all that stuff is already there. And now we are looking for more and more good games or the main apps. So the Kaya Super App content pillar. So most of the things, if you see from normal Web2 space also, what people do actually, it's mostly people either do the gaming or they are working on the finance side or the content. When I say content, it's more either Twitter, Facebook, all those are content applications. So these are the top three areas where most of the users spend their time, and we are targeting these three pillars for our Kaya chain. Games, finance, when it comes to our Kaya ecosystem, it will become like a dApps, DeFi apps, and the content. Mini dApps and dApp portal. So these are the two products which we have. If you guys have used Line Messenger, then in the Line Messenger, you can directly play the game. You don't have to download any other application. You can just directly open the Line Messenger, go to OA account and open and start playing the games. So start the Line app, connect wallet, earn rewards. In the dApp portal, I'll be explaining both the mini dApp and dApp portal in next slides. dApp portal is kind of a marketplace where you can explore all the dApps. There are a couple of features. So first feature is you just explore the dApps and then start playing. Second option is once you get the rewards, when you get the tokens, then you need a place where you can cash out or you can swap. So there is a swap functionality in the dApp portal. Then we have a place where you can trade the NFTs. So whatever NFTs you are earning, you can directly trade in the app. So it's one stop shop where you can play, earn, swap, and then buy marketplace. More than 1,000+ projects has been applied for these mini games, but we have onboarded almost like a 87. These are old numbers, but we have onboarded almost 87 pro applications now on the Line Messenger, and we are targeting maybe by end of this year we should reach around 300+ projects, and we are definitely on track of reaching 300+ projects. Now let's go some technical stuff. Sales stuff is over. So let's go some not technical, but it's more like understanding how the whole Kaya Wave journey. If you guys don't know what is Kaya Wave, so Kaya Wave is a um, program which we ran, which we started in January, and we are inviting all the gaming companies to develop the games via Kaya Wave, and we provide some kind of grants, and we provide the ecosystem, we provide the technical components, we provide the marketing components, and then at the end, the target is they can launch the mini dApps on the Line Messenger. So the first part, how we'll should go. So this is Kaya Wave season 1. So we'll be coming with the season 2 also. So in the season 1, you have to apply for the Kaya Wave, submit the SDK terms and conditions, build mini dApps and integrate SDK, submit your demo, onboard, and launch mini dApps. So this is a 5-step process. And users, as you must be knowing, that Line Messenger is not like a Telegram that it's open and everybody can deploy whatever they want to deploy. It's a closed source, and that's why we can say that it's a verifiable user base. It's not the bot system. So there, once we have this kind of closed system, then there will be processes, and the processes comes with some responsibilities where you guys have to apply for the Kaya Wave. There is an application form. Then once you submit the application, our BDs will be finding out the platform application, and then they will be reviewing the application, discussing with the teams, application teams, providing the SDKs. So SDK is not a open source SDK. It's a closed source SDK, and then you will be getting the client ID and client secret to integrate SDKs. You build the app, you submit the demo, there will be a onboarding, and in between there will be contract signing. A lot of negotiations will be happening on the rewards, promotions, all the things. Once the onboarding is done, Kaia, mini dApps will be launched on the Line Messenger, and people will start playing. So the whole ecosystem, the whole mini dApp ecosystem goes into these 5 steps. Okay, so now, as I mentioned a lot of times, the Line Messenger. But what happens to the users who don't have Line? So Line Messenger is only available in 3 regions mostly, which is Japan. It's open for global public also, but most of the users are from Japan, Thailand, and Taiwan. And they have a different version of Line Messenger, and there is a global version which we all can play. But broadly, mini dApps can be built in 2 versions. One is Leaf version. Leaf is line front-end framework version, which is accessible directly from the Line Messenger. And another version is the web version, which is running on the mobile directly browser based, and it's for the non-line users. So these 2 versions are required in order to submit the app, so that we can cater all kind of public, the public who are using the Line Messenger and public who are not using the Line Messenger. So both the versions has to be submitted. Now, going back on how we'll build the mini dApps. So as I mentioned, it's a closed source. So there are protocols, rules, and regulations that we have to follow. So how it actually works? We are building a mini dApp. In the mini dApp, we can start from here. So uh, web applications, when we submit the application, then for the line users, and there is a path for the non-line users. So when there is a line users, they have to build the app for the Leaf version. As I mentioned, it's a line front-end framework. So they have to build the Leaf version of the application, and with that Leaf version, they will be getting the line login. So it is like a line ID. So you will get as a developers, you will get 2 kind of SDKs. One SDK is Line SDK, another one is the mini dApp SDK. So you can assume this is the Web 2 version, this is the Web 3 version of the SDK. So in Web 2 version, what you will get? You will get the line login ID details, and you will be getting the messaging API. So as you know, Line is a messenger. So this is the key component where you can access the messaging APIs, and then you can send the messages to the users, and you can communicate with them. User can communicate with other users, and then you will get the Leaf SDK, which is giving you the connectivity of different APIs within the Line ecosystem. Yeah. So in the mini SDK, you will get the wallet provider. This is the Web3 version, and the payment provider. So once you start developing the Line mini dApp, you can connect to the mini dApp wallet, Leaf version, or OKX wallet. But in the same time, when you develop the web version, you can connect to the mini dApp version, Kaia wallet browser extension. So as you must be knowing that in our Kaia wallet, we have a Kaia wallet, and Kaia wallet is coming with the browser extension. So you can use that browser extension, or you can use OKX wallet. Currently, recently, we have integrated BitGet also, BitGet wallet. So there is another option available for the BitGet wallet. With the wallet provider APIs, you will get this kind of information. And then with the payment provider, you will get whether user, when they are gonna purchase the in-app application, in-app content, then whether it's a fiat or the cryptocurrency payments. So you can use that. And from the ecosystem dApp portal side, what you will get mini dApps promotion. Like on the portal, you will get the mini dApps listed. Then there will be a launch pad for mini dApp, and then there is an active marketplace that you can play around with. So developers scope by mini dApp. So this is the scope of, so all these components like a Line developer, mini dApp, SDK, and this dApp portal, this is owned by Line Next and Kaia. But from the developer side, developer has to develop all these things from their end. Okay, so now we have this mini dApp developer toolkit. So what exactly we get from that? We get the authentication, which is the Line login. As I mentioned earlier, this Line login. Then we get the wallet logins, wallet APIs, payment APIs, NFT APIs. So As you must be knowing based on the names, wallet APIs, wallet integration, what exactly it does. Auto wallet creation with the line social ID. So as I mentioned earlier, that we have provide Web3 social logins. So as you guys are developers, you understand that the uh, whole crypto space works with the wallets and the seed phrases. But for a Web2 user, it's a very difficult thing to understand what exactly is the seed phrase. And it's a very difficult solution to implement. And a lot of people are losing keys because they don't know how to store it. So the solution which crypto people are coming up with is the social login and Web3 social login, like create your wallet with the Google ID or Apple ID and all those things. So those things are already integrated. And in our case, we have in our Kaya wallet, we have integrated with the Web3 auth, where line ID use the line ID and create your wallet. And user, if they want to export the keys, if they are technical enough to export the keys, they can export. Otherwise, they can just directly use the keys and then play the games. And the good thing is, uh, if you are playing all the 87 games, you don't really have to create new wallets every time. So there will be a single wallet, and that wallet is shared across all the games. So it's like a whole ecosystem is using one wallet, and that wallet being used in all the games. Benefit: the single wallet will be getting all the rewards. Single wallet will get all the NFTs, everything. The user don't really have to switch for each and every application a new wallet. And then we are not just supporting the line ID, but we are supporting like OKX wallet, and we are supporting BitGet wallet, or sorry, we are supporting BitGet wallet also. So there is a external. So if more technical people wants to use their own different wallets, there are provisions for that now. And we have the APIs for wallet creation, asset management, and transactions. So that's the wallet APIs. In the payment APIs, as I mentioned, there are two ways people can pay. One is the crypto payments, another one is the fiat payments via Stripe. So as everybody knows, payments via crypto is cheaper. But if we go with the fiat payments, then we have to make couple of charges we have to bear, which is like a Mastercard or Visa card. We have to pay that fees. Then there will be platform fees, couple of fees. And even if you see the settlement wise, when we provide the payment APIs, settlement of these payments will be if we go with the fiat payments, then it's a quarterly settlement. But if we go with the crypto payments, it's a real-time settlement. So accepting crypto is much faster as compared to settling all the fiat payments, because for fiat we have to work with Stripe, Mastercard, Visa card, and then line payments. A lot of things comes into picture. So but we are giving both the provisions for everybody. Unified payment UX. So if people has to store seed phrase, it's quite difficult and very challenging for them. So that's why we are providing a unified payment UX. And assume as a developer, not assume as a developer, but if you assume as a user that if you are playing 10 games, and for each game you have to create a wallet and you have to store the wallet information, it's really messy, and you really want that, okay, I need just one wallet. So that's why we are providing a unified payment UX within the mini dApp sections. There are smart contracts based transaction capability where you can make some of the rules that you want to do. Then we have NFT marketplaces. So tools for minting, listing, trading NFTs, direct access to an NFT marketplace via mini dApps, and support in industry standard NFTs metadata. So all these APIs are available in the mini dApp section, and developers can access all these APIs. All these access only when you guys submit the Kaya Wave applications and it's accepted, and then you will be getting the client ID and the client secret. Those two items are really required. First, you have to initiate, and then you have to start using all these APIs. We are not just providing all these three wallet and wallet and NFT and payment APIs, but we are providing other engines also, like we have integration with the Unity, Cocos Creator, backend services and integrations. So those SDK, if you're developing any games, you will get a lot of stuff from the Unity and Cocos, and then you can use the Web3 from the mini SDK, mini wallet SDKs. Advanced features, fee delegation. I'm not really sure if you guys have gone through this gas fee delegation, but this is one of the feature that we are working with the developer or the companies who are developing the games. And in order to give the user flexibility on the gas side, then we can work out on some deals where fee can be delegated to the builder or maybe to the Kaya chain, and then users can just start playing the games irrespective of whether they have Kaya or not as the fee. I'll be I'll be going through gas abstraction in next slides. Hold on tight for that. And there are quite a good features which we are implementing. And mini dApp discovery and promotion. So this is one of the most critical component which we are providing. This is the place. Now you are done with the application, but what you have to promote also. People should start using that, and then people should start doing the referrals, that they should start inviting their friends. You need a place where you can market. So this is one of the critical sections where your dApps will be listed on the dApp portal, and then line messenger will do the promotions. So there is a uh, there is a account called OA accounts, which is more like a channels where you can do the mass messaging to the users, that users can see the notification that, okay, this new game has been coming in the market, and people can start promoting the games. Okay, so this is our last slide, I suppose. Last slide for the mini dApp section. So this flywheel, how it works is line. So in the flywheel, it's more like you get onboarded, then start playing, wallet connections, referral, and then again the new guys who are coming. So it's kind of a flywheel where the more you onboard, the more people will play, the more people will play, more referrals they will do, more again, the more users will come, and then the whole wheel will continue. So initially steps, line onboarding, easy login, no wallet needed, then dApp usage, daily games, challenge rewards, NFT interactions, enrich wallets, and then play and look back. So this is the mini dApp flywheel, which we are helping all the developers to start developing and using this. Developers takeaway. So we have provided a lot of developer tools in order to develop the applications. So if you guys are interested, you can go to these websites, dapportal.io, docs.dapportal.io. This is the application form where you can submit your application for the Kaya Wave. And then we have this fee delegation program, which you can submit like this. Okay, so now we have already covered a lot of stuff. So we have another two or three more sections for today. What's new in Kaya now? So as you know, blockchain is always evolving. So there is no stoppage, and it's not enough always. So we have currently building a lot of new features into Kaya ecosystems, and version 2 Kaya v 2.0.3 is going live on July 17th. And there are a couple of features in that. One of the features which I'm going to explain today, that's called the gas abstraction. Gas abstraction. Guess what? So as a developer, you must know that every transaction on the blockchain needs the gas fees, right? But as a developer, we know. But as a user, it's very difficult to understand that in order to transfer one token to another wallet, I need something, and something is gas. Gas is what? So Web 2 people don't know. If we just understand from a very native perspective, you are transferring your money, maybe US dollar from Citibank to Standard Chartered Bank. You have money and you want to transfer, and then suddenly Citibank says that, okay, you need Citibank shares in order to do the transfer. So you have to first purchase Citibank shares, or maybe some kind of gas you have to purchase from Citibank, then only you can do the transfer. This is a bit weird. Like I have USD, I just want to transfer USD. So why we need gas? But the blockchain is built on gas. So as a developers, we have to find a ways um, how we can solve this challenge of gas fees. What we can do so that you for the user side, it should be very smooth. No need for gas, or if there is a need for gas, then user should not be aware of that they are paying in gas. Uh, so why we need gas? First of all, our issue is first we have to understand why we need gas. Gas is to compensate validators. So validators are running the nodes, right? So when they are running the nodes, they are contributing into the network, they are maintaining the network security and functionality. So they need some rewards in order to run the validator nodes. So the gas goes to that network validators, and if necessary, they act as a deterrent of to network congestion or denial of services attack. So we all understand that validators, they are people who are running the nodes and they maintain the network, and it's very critical component of the blockchain, and they should be rewarded, and gas fee is one of the components to be rewarded. So it's required. Does low gas always guarantee good UX? That is the challenge which we are facing. The whole blockchain space is facing that. We always talk about blockchain, we always talk about low gas, but as a normal Web2 user, they don't know even why we need gas, or why high gas or why low gas. There should not be anything like this gas kind of thing, right? So when we transfer the money, say suppose we are transferring $1,000 from Citibank to Standard Chartered, there is a transaction fees. We know that. Like, they charge, Citibank charge, but they never ask us like, okay, we have to pay something extra or we have to acquire something in order to make that transaction. What they do is, if we are sending $1,000, they will deduct maybe $50, and then they will send $950 to Standard Chartered. And everybody understand this part, that there is a transaction fees, and that transaction fees will be deducted from the amount which we are transferring. Then why don't we use the same concept in our blockchain? That's the native thing. Okay, so I'm transferring USDT, then I can use some of the USDT to make the payment for the gas fees, which we call in technical terms, and then rest of the money will be transferred to the user. So based on this thought process, we have come up with the gas abstraction. So uh, from the user side, when users are doing the trading, they have to buy Kaia first, which is quite a messy thing, and then they can do the transaction. So in the Kaia GA, we call it GA. This is gas abstraction. We have done something which no other blockchain has done, and we have implemented the gas abstraction directly into the protocol level. So gas abstraction, in a very native English language terms, the gas is abstracted from the user. User don't know anything about gas. It's a hidden, but there is a payment, and we will see how that whole thing works. Now, why gas abstraction? Enabling users to seamlessly interact. As I mentioned, user should not know that there is a gas thing. They know that, okay, there is a transaction fees, and that transaction fees should be deducted from the tokens which we are sending. And when we talk about this one, we always see, oh, this is just a basic thing. Why it has to be complicated? Sorry. Why it has to be complicated? It's a very simple thing that, okay, if I'm paying USDT, I'm transferring USDT, then it should deduct from USDT. But the blockchain, the way blockchain has implemented, or how the blockchain evolved, we need the native token, and native token is always the gas. So we are abstracting away all the complexity of gas fees for transaction to be processed. There are many industry standards, and earlier gas abstraction is treating as a nice to have, but now as the blockchain space is evolving, it's coming as a core UX requirement. If you are transferring USDT, just transfer USDT. No worry about the gas fees. So gas fees remains the biggest UX barrier in Web3 onboarding. So all the big blockchains, everybody has come up with some or the other solutions for GA, and some of the wallets are using like a MetaMask is using Gas Station, Safe Wallet is using Circle Paymaster. So all the wallets are coming with some or the other solution. What about Kaia GA? So now we'll discuss about Kaia GA. If you want to read more into details, so this is the link which we have. So this is the Medium article that you can just go through. And in this article, it will show how we are doing end-to-end gas abstraction. So currently, in the gas abstraction, user don't have to pay gas fees with Kaia tokens, but they can use any other tokens. So gas abstraction does not mean that it's a free transaction. Gas abstraction is if you are sending USDT, then the gas fees will be used via USDT. So there will be internally 2 or 3 transactions, and that 2 or 3 transactions will give you some Kaia. First, there will be some swaps, and then the swaps will be into Kaia, and then Kaia will be used as another gas fee. Uh, so internally, for a user perspective, they don't know anything what's happening behind the scene, but it's internally we are converting to Kaia. So Kaia GA is supporting stable coins, mini dApp ecosystem tokens, Bora, swap scanner tokens, and other tokens. So currently, we are initiating the whole GA stuff with the stablecoin first. Then slowly we will be upgrading to all the ecosystem tokens into our ecosystem into Kaya blockchain. Kaya has implemented its own unique. When I'm mentioning that we are implementing in a different way, which no other blockchain has done, the answer is how it's different, why it's different. Because all other chains are depending on relayers, builders, and all other infrastructure that is required. Currently, in our chain, we already have the infrastructure. Then why don't we use the same infrastructure? And uh, we have implemented on the protocol level all this gasless transaction model. So we don't really need any other machines to be run. It's already there in the protocol level. So, so this is the meme which we have done. Trading without Kaya, buy some Kaya, buy some Kaya, which is actually a good thing. Buying more Kaya means more demand and more token price will go up. But from the user perspective, they should be seamless, and uh, trading with Kaya GA will be like you can use USDT or any of the mini dApps tokens to pay for the gas on Kaya. You don't really need to own Kaya. There is example which I want to show. So Kaya GA purchase example. So how it works? A user is having a USDT, but they don't have any Kaya. So if you see in this one, I will not read through all the slides, but if you see here before, Kaya is 0 and USDT is 50. But after transaction, there is a swap, and in that swap, user gets some Kaya and the USDT is transferred, and the Kaya will remain for all other transactions. So currently, if you see, when we send this Kaya, the fees is 0.1, not enough Kaya, use USDT instead. So in this one, transaction wise from the developer side, we will be having a swap, and that swap from USDT to Kaya will be done, and there will be a balance in the wallet. So how the whole thing will work from one token to Clay, then you can choose whether you want to pay in USDC, USDT, or Kaya, and any other token. So slowly all the tokens will be coming into this play. So this is the one thing which we discussed. Do gasless transactions mean I can send Kaya for free? No, my son, just pay gas or just pay in a different way. So it's not free, it's a different way of paying. So trade offer, how it works. I receive small USDT fee. You receive gas paid, transaction confirmed with no Kaia gas abstraction. Okay, so this finish our second part of gas abstraction. So I was going, okay, so there is one other topic called fee delegation and gas abstraction. So these two are quite close by, but these are not similar. So both the functions has been implemented into protocol level, and fee delegation is more about you are delegating a fee to some other person. Say suppose you are a developer, you have developed, or you are a builder, you have developed the game, and you want to promote your game, and you are saying that anybody who is playing the game for the first month, they they will get fees rebates, so they don't have to pay fees. So the fees has to be paid by somebody, but it's not the user, but as a builder you will pay the fee. So whenever there is a transaction, all the transaction will go to the builder, fees will be paid by the builder, and from a user perspective, it's a free trade. So there is nothing which user has to pay. But on the gas abstraction side, it's the gas fees is paid by the user itself, but in a different token, not on the Kaia side, but on a different token. So these are two different concepts, but very close by. That one fees is paid by the builder or maybe some other company. Another one is just a transfer, changing the way or the changing the token where we have to pay the fees. Okay, so we have, as you must be knowing, that we have stablecoin summer coming up. So Kaya is working with the Tether team, and we are building the stablecoin summer hackathons, which will be live next month. I will invite you all guys to come up and register for these hackathons. So you will be hearing a lot of information how to register and how to participate in this one into our build channel. So keep a look at this one, and then you will check if you have any questions. You submit your applications, and all the winners who are selected into this one will get a direct entry to Kaya Wave Season 2. So you will get access to the 250 million users. Grants and opportunities. So currently in our ecosystem, we have four type of grants. First is KEF, which is the Kaya Ecosystem Fund. So this Kaya Ecosystem Fund is dedicated only to foster the Kaya ecosystem, services and developer communities. So whatever integrations we do and whatever developer hackathons and all the things what we are doing right now to expand the ecosystem, that fund is allocated only for ecosystem growth. So there is a portal called square.kaya.io, and we do on-chain voting for all the governance council members, and the funds getting approved, and that is used to foster the Kaya ecosystem. Second type of grant which we have is the KIF. This is Kaya Infrastructure Fund. So this fund is allocated to grow all the new GCs, develop key services, and manage foundation operations. So this is more on a bigger number, and people can most of the GCs growth and the key infrastructure can utilize these funds. Then we have IOK, which is Ignite on Clayton or Ignite on Kaya. So this program is designed for the builders side that onboard the builders, go to market support, technical business side. So many of the categories are being covered here, and we have top tier players or the ecosystem partners who are giving grants, or they are having the special discount for the developers who are registering their dApps on the IOK, and they will get special discounts and special support from the Kaya Foundation. So this is a very good program if you guys want to apply. This is different from the Kaya Wave, but it's like a program which is keep on running. And then we have another program called D2I. D2I is more on the DeFi applications. So in order to build a strong DeFi ecosystem on Kaia, we have this incentive program. This is mainly for the DeFi applications, DeFi dApps. Now the last topic, career opportunities. So in these career opportunities, we always feel like I have met a lot of blockchain developers or lot of even Web2 developers. What they always think that blockchain companies only need the blockchain developers. So which is a false information. There will be a lot of roles which don't really need the blockchain development activities or knowledge. So we can divide these roles into two kind of roles, technical and non-technical roles. Technical, I'm sure you guys all know that there will be blockchain developer, smart contract engineer, backend developers, front-end developers, Web3 developers, DevOps, infrastructure, security engineer, auditor, protocol engineers. All these are technical roles which are used or know all the technical stuff of the blockchain to make the developments. But in terms of non-technical roles, we have a lot of other roles like product manager. I'm not saying that all these roles should not know about the blockchain. They should know the blockchain, but it's not really required that they know the coding side of it, or they know the solidity, or they have to understand all the key components of the blockchain. So there are many non-technical roles: product manager, UI UX designer, technical writer, ecosystem lead, partnership manager, business development management, marketing, growth, community manager, DAO facilitator, and many more opportunities in legal, finance, and compliance. So all the blockchain companies needs a lot of non-technical stuff also. And there is another misconception that only layer one blockchain companies have all the jobs. But if you see, uh, I'll just go through, as I told you earlier, that I will go through the ecosystem map again. So in the ecosystem map, I told you all these categories and all these partners, everybody needs developers. So even the wallet providers need developers, social logins guys needs developers, marketplace guys need gaming definitely needs developers, RPC providers needs developers, Oracle needs developers. So everybody in the ecosystem needs developers. So it's not just the layer one companies or the real blockchain companies needs developers, but everybody in the ecosystem has requirement for the developers. So there are many opportunities here in the blockchain space with the technical and non-technical roles. So I'll just end our today's presentation. And what we have learned today is what is ecosystem and how it's different from the core blockchain. We have explained about the mini dApp flywheel, and this is one of the key initiative which we have into our this year roadmap, developing the mini dApps and having the more and more mini dApps on the line messenger. So that's what we have gone through. There are many resources that you guys can go through on the mini dApps. If you need any more technical support, we are always here to help. I have explained you what's new happening into Kaya. We have a new version coming up on July 17th, which is V 2.0.3. And there are many other functions like consensus liquidity and others. You may check all the release versions. Then we discuss about the grants, opportunity and application processes, career opportunities. References. So we have lot of resources available. Kaya Docs is one of the sections where you can learn more about what's happening in the Kaya ecosystems. Thank you for your attention, guys. And these are the links. You may join these communities. And if you want to submit your Kaya Wave applications, then you can use these links. That's all from my side. Thank you, guys. Any questions? Anybody? Sean?
Sorry, I'm muted. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm back, everyone. Yeah, so before we go off, thank you to Ashwani for presenting that very long. It was actually over an hour, so congratulations. Yeah, So we do have a question. I think at the very start, you did mention if the participants weren't aware of what what the Explorer, Oracle, or Bridges are, they could ask. So we do have a question from Kingsley on I don't know Explorer, Oracle, and Bridges, but basically if you could maybe just do a quick overview of what an Oracle and Bridges are, because he knows what an Explorer is.
Okay, perfect. I think that's a good question. Thanks for asking this question. So, as I mentioned, okay, let me share my screen again so that I can show the where is in the ecosystem map. If you see here, we have if you have heard about like how the blockchain works, in the blockchain, every transaction is being recorded on a ledger, right? So uh, when we have this transaction recorded on the ledger, how do we find it? So say suppose, okay, let me find an example here. When you do any transactions with your credit card, right? So you have done the credit card transaction. How do you see the transaction that it happens? You log into a bank account or you look at the bank statement, right? So here, the bank statement which you get, it will give you visibility of what transactions are happening into your credit card, right? So similar way, if you want to see, and in bank statement wise, you can just see your transactions. You cannot see my transactions in your bank statement. So in Explorers, generally you can see the transactions for the whole blockchain. Let me know if you can see my this screen. Uh,
Yes, we can.
you can see the Kaia scan, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the Explorer which we have. This is our official Explorer called Kaia scan. And this Kaia scan actually gives you all the transactions, all the history, what's happening. So let me give you a quick overview of this one. So this is the block height. So as I mentioned, blockchain is the linking of the blocks. So these are the block numbers. It's increasing every second because in our blockchain, we have 1 second of finality. Then we have the network performance. This is the nodes, block time, average block time, number of transactions. And then if you see here, this block, I just click one block. This is the parent hash. And if you see all these transactions happening. So this guy has transferred this one, some amount, and then internal transactions, if you see from this to this, there is a minting, daily check, all the things happening. So using this Explorer, you can check any of the transactions happening into the ecosystem. Let me see if I can bring you some transactions in my side. So this is my wallet address. I just go here, paste my address, and in this address, we can see the transactions. So this is my address. This is the balance which I have. And then these are the transactions that I have done. Maybe I have some NFTs, holding NFTs here. Then token balances, I have these tokens. So this Explorer is kind of a window, and this window will give you information about your transactions, your wallets, your addresses. I hope that answers about the Explorers. Now you have asked about the oracles. Oracles is more like in the blockchain space, the blockchain is not talking to the real world. So suppose you need the gold price. You are writing a smart contract. In that smart contract, you want the price, US dollar price, or maybe you need a gold price or you need silver price in your smart contracts. Then you need that information from the real world, and that real world knowledge will be coming via Oracle. So you can subscribe to the Oracle services and Oracle give you price feeds. Let me see if I can show you the example of Oracle network. So this is one of the biggest Oracle in our ecosystem. So these are the feeds. So this is the Korean won. So the Korean won mainnet price, Kaia mainnet price is this one, and 1 inch USDT price. So different pairs. So suppose if you want to use the price of any of the token in your smart contract, you can subscribe to the feed and then you can get the price. So suppose you have a calculation like if the Kaya price goes more than $1, then you have to alert the users. Just if you have to write the smart contracts in such a way, then you need the Kaya price. So using the Oracle, you will get the Kaya price. So that's the Oracle. Now we are talking about third concept is the bridges. Bridges is you must be aware of that we have a lot of blockchains these days, like Ethereum, you must have seen. BNB, there is chain, Sui, Tone, so many chains are there. Now, if you are getting the tokens from one chain, say suppose you have crypto tokens on one chain, which is Ethereum, and you want to bring that assets to the Kaya chain, so you need some mediators who will bring. So it's something like you are from US and you need a Singapore dollar. So suppose you are having USD and you need a Singapore dollar. So what you do, you go to a money changer and you change the money, right? And you get the money in Singapore dollars. So it's not exactly similar, but it's something similar concept that if you have to transfer your assets from one blockchain to another blockchain, then you use the bridges, and bridges help you transfer your money from Ethereum network to the Kaya network or other way around. So that's and let me know if you need information on any other categories here. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. Hopefully that answers your question, Kingsley. Yes, fantastic. Okay. So the next question, it has to deal with career paths, I think. Kind of two questions going off the other. So the first one is, does Kaya Foundation have any of these role to intern in?
Definitely. So we are very much pro into hiring and training the guys. So we always, our goal is that we are a company and we want to guide, or we want the new generation to learn and learn about the blockchain. So we have a lot of roles for the interns. Uh, some of the roles which we have currently, that's Singapore based. We work with different universities to bring the interns in, and some of the roles we can go with the online also, that if you want to apply for any intern role, you can apply for the intern role. And then definitely we'll go through, and there will be some round of interviews to understand where you guys fit, and then we can bring you on board. So definitely short answer is there are couple of roles for interns too.
As in, like, I think he's asking, is there any roles open right now to apply?
Open right now. So always there is a case. So maybe you can send your resume to us and we will look out the resume, and your if your profile is good, then we can definitely bring you in.
Yeah, so the second follow-up question is actually from one of our ambassadors. He asked, why are most of Kaya's roles not global, basically APAC or Asian regions?
Okay, so this question is 50% right, 50% wrong. Okay, so our roles are global roles. So like if we don't really limit our developers to be in APAC region or Asia region, we are open for global regions also. And we have teams who are from UK, we have team members who are from India, Pakistan, and then South Africa. That region we have maybe one or two guys from the US side also. So the roles are global, but our target markets are Asia region, because we have line messenger, and that line messenger is predominantly in Asia region, which is Japan, Thailand, Taiwan. And our headquarters is in Singapore, and most of the team members are in Singapore and Korea. So our target markets is APAC, but we are happy to bring on board any developers or any of the roles globally. We have some of our marketing team members from Turkey also. So definitely our roles are global. So if you guys are interested, please send over the resumes. We will check.
Yeah, so as a technical ambassador for 2 years, I couldn't secure even a dev roles because it's APAC. I don't think that's the case. We didn't necessarily exclude any APAC roles, right? Any like non-APAC people, right, Ashwani?
Definitely, and definitely this DevRel is global because we want to cater all the global communities. So DevRel is definitely because DevRel manager is from Neo, which is from UK. So I'm not sure like if that's the wrong misconception, but definitely if you want to apply, you can apply for a technical ambassador. And we have guys from South Africa, right?
Africa, yeah, he's from Africa, yeah. So I don't necessarily think it was because of your location, Paul. I think it was mostly due to like I want to say it's because of the um it's because of stronger candidates for the role, not necessarily because of your location. Because as I think you know, AO is based in Nigeria, Africa, and he's part of the team. So essentially, yeah, I don't necessarily think it's because of, as Ashwani mentioned, it doesn't necessarily matter where you are in the world. It's as long as you kind of work most of our like GMT plus 8. I think because, like, for example, when I was working remotely from the UK, I was working essentially the time zones of 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., which was basically 2 p.m. Singapore to however, like, late at night it was. So essentially, we try to work around the time zones of Korea team and Singapore team, which because Singapore and Korea are just 1 hour apart. So essentially, it's not that much difference. So I think even if you speak to AO, he'll say he wakes up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. as well, just to have meetings with us. Yeah. So obviously, preferably, we'd like you to be in the APAC region solely because of the time zone issue. So it's not necessarily you can't be in other regions. It's mostly as a preference, not necessarily because it's a requirement, right, Ashwani?
Yeah, definitely, I agree on that part. So, as you know that most of the teams are in Singapore and Korea, so there should be some kind of overlap, maybe like a 1, 2, 3 hours of overlap. So, so that's the requirement, but it's not really specific that it has to be from APEC. And surely for the DevRel side.
Yeah, I think it was just a miscommunication because on the job application on LinkedIn, it did say APAC,
Mhm.
which could be it. I think it really depends on that specific like role. Because for example, we were looking for like a like just as because this is closed off session, I can tell you we're looking for like a lead role for DevRel, and obviously that one we would preferably want it to be in APAC because he's leading the team, or they are leading the team rather. So obviously that one, the lead role tends to be more focused in the APAC region. Like for example, Ashwani here is leading the ecosystem team. He's based in Singapore. A few others I think yeah are basically based either in Singapore or Korea, mostly because of the time zone issue and because a lot of the team leads have to have like meetings with the higher ups, right? So those meetings require them to be in this specific time zone region kind of thing. Usually if it's within an hour, it's fine. So like for example, if you're in Vietnam or you're in like Thailand or you're in Korea, Japan, it's all within that 1 hour time zone. It's kind of okay. But preferably if you're like, for example, in a time zone that's like 7 hours away or 6 hours away, that's a bit especially because Korea, if you count Korea is +9, and therefore if you're in West African time, that's already 8 hours away. That's a whole like working day kind of time zone. So I think it was just for that there are going to be specific roles that are APAC solely because they are leading the team. I think. But if you're a strong candidate, regardless, I think we'll just if you're a strong candidate and you show that you can have the prowess and you can work from that specific location, because the way that we are, Kaia is as Ashwani mentioned, is a global company, right? So we have staff from US, from UK, from I mean AOs in Africa, right? From Europe as well. So it's not that I don't think it's because it's not necessarily because of your location that you weren't taken into consideration. Yeah. Okay, so do we have any other questions from the chat? I know that we have sort of dropped off a bit. A few people have left. So if you have any questions from the chat, probably give it maybe another 1-2 minutes for people to type their last questions. If you would like to ask your question live, which is something we do very much prefer, you can raise your hand and ask your question to us live. We will allow you to share, we'll allow you to talk as well, but probably give it like say 1-2 more minutes for any last minute questions typing away. I can't necessarily see for typing because that's a security thing, but yeah. So while we're waiting, I think we can oh, how do we know if we're qualified for the hackathon? Yes, okay. So for the hackathon, we do have a list of people that have been qualified. I'm looking to send out the list probably sometime tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. Because so essentially, I'm not sure if how many people have been paying attention to the Discord, but we recently on last week, last Tuesday, I think it was, we announced a change in policy. So no longer, because we wanted to have as many people to be able to participate in hackathon as possible. So essentially, we changed the policy to no longer need to attend the live sessions, but instead, as long as you complete the assignments, which a few of you have. Um, yeah, so I will be sending out the emails to everyone probably early tomorrow morning because now it's I said it's around 10:30 at night in Singapore. Um, yeah, so probably you should be checking your inboxes probably when you wake up. If you're in the West, if you're in the UTC+1 time zone. Yes, you will be grouped into teams. This is something that we discussed autumn, like just we did discuss like it's just easier for you guys to be grouped into teams rather than have to form your own team and then we have to figure out who is in teams, who's not in teams. So yeah, we are forming you guys in teams. So please do work together and stuff like that. Okay, so when I apply, going on to another question, when I apply, should I mention that I am willing to work during Singapore and Korea time? I think um it wouldn't hurt. But at the same time, we don't want we kind of I don't think we want you guys to be working like essentially nocturnal animals, right? So for example, if you worked from like the Nigerian time zone, that's gonna be what like 2 a.m., 2, 3 a.m. to like, you know, like what, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock? Yeah, so we're not crazy, right? Um, we don't want you guys to be nocturnal. I mean, yeah, we don't want you guys to be nocturnal, basically come up when the sun is down, right? So I think as long as you are willing to work some part of your day in Singapore Korea time, like so for example 7 a.m., work like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., like around that time zone, which is around 2 o'clock to like 10 p.m. at night. I mean, it's Singapore time, 10 p.m. at night, so whatever. Um, yeah, and as long as you are self-sufficient and you're able to manage yourself, work that's still done, I think that's, quite okay, right? Because honestly, in crypto and blockchain, it never sleeps, right? So there's always things to do. So even on like your off days or stuff like that, even on weekends, I was working the whole last weekend as well. So um, nothing, the work never stops. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's all the time we have for today. It's been about an hour and 30 minutes already. So I think we'll end it here. If there's any further questions, please put them in the Discord chat. That's the fastest way to reach us. You can feel free to tag us and try to respond because honestly, if you don't tag me on Discord, I just won't see it. That's a fact because Discord is also very busy for me. Excuse me. Yes. So I'd like to take this time to thank Ashwani for presenting today, and I'll see you all on Wednesday I mean, I won't see you all. I won't see you on Wednesday. Neo and I think this is the last lesson we'll have together because the Wednesday's lesson will be live streamed out to everyone else. We won't have a separate Zoom call with you guys. So I'd like to thank everyone here for attending the last 11 sessions of the bootcamp. For all of you participating, asking questions like Kingsley and I mean, a few others that have been asking the questions. I think Akinimo has come to mind as well before. If he's still here, hi. Yeah, for those of you who have been asking questions, I do very much appreciate everyone who has been attending the live sessions. And it's been a joy to host all these sessions with you guys. Yeah. So if there's nothing else, I will take this time. Any parting words, Ashwani?
I think really great. I'm really impressed. You guys have a lot of dedications to cover up 11, 12 sessions which are happening. And this, I hope this will give you a lot of knowledge on how to work on the blockchain space. And if you guys have any questions, anything, we are always happy to help. So you can just tag us on Twitter or Discord, any of the channels, and we'll be happy to help or answer your queries. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, all right. So take care, everyone, and remember to keep an eye on your emails for the notification on the hackathon. Yeah. Okay. See you guys. Bye.
Guys.